It's me, Mario. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Intuitive Couple, where we do live readings. I'm one half of the Intuitive Couple. My bride has the night off. Her name is Roseanne Cardoza, and she is an intuitive consultant. And my name is Justin, and I am known as the Tragic Medium. I'm a psychic medium. And every Saturday night, we go live on our YouTube channel and provide free readings to you folks out there. And so we just want to take the time to say thank you for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate all the love and support from you guys. Really makes a big difference in our lives. And so, all right, who are you today?
Mario.
He's
Mario.
like right up in the camera.
Yeah, I mean, you're right up in the grill. Okay,
Yeah, they're
so
saying hi, Mario. They're saying hi.
hey.
Hey, and I'm
All right.
eating pizza.
Yeah,
All right.
you're about to
Good,
eat
bye.
pizza.
All right.
Okay.
So welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And if this is your first time here, or if you have not,
I'm gonna that chunk, okay?
okay.
Right.
All right. So if this is again, if this is your first time with us, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Be pumping out a lot more of it in the future. Really been kind of stretching my muscles this week, my psychic muscles. Released a couple of videos, right? And as far as like predictions and stuff. Now, look, I know all you guys that have been with me for in the past few years. You guys know I say I don't have a crystal ball. I don't do predictions, but you know what? It kind of brings me into the what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. The theme for today's show. Because a lot of bad stuff is happening, right? And so what we need to do is figure out how to pull the ultimate good out of bad situations so that you can live your best life. All right? So what does that mean? What does that mean? It means taking every kind of bad situation that we find ourselves in and managing to elevate our minds above it and pull out some sort of growth, spiritual growth, mental growth, growth as a person to live your ultimate best life. All right, I'm going to say what's up to everybody. So, hey, Tiffany Smith, Marlena, Kim Holiday, Libra Scales, what is going on? Hey, we got Nightbot in the house. All right. Hey, welcome back, Michelle. All right, and I think I saw Chelsea on there earlier.
Yeah.
What's up, Sammy? What's up, everybody?
Elena.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Is that it? See, I have no control over the screen. I can't see who else is there. Hey, Maria, what's up? How you doing? How's your mother doing? Oh, she's doing well. I've been keeping her in my prayers. Hey, Rach, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Kim
What's up?
Holiday. Ima.
Oh, naturally, Ima. Gotta know Ima's here, right? Hey, what's up, Christy?
Okay.
Golly. All right, so Mario came busting in telling us that pizza is here. Okay, so naturally that's got to get dealt with. All right. Hey, Rocio. Welcome back, everybody. So, the theme... Hey, Dinah? Gloria? All right, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. So, and Kylie, almost missed you. Nancy, what's up? Oh man. So this week, it's been a rough couple of weeks, guys. That's why it didn't go live last Saturday, right, Dom? No, it didn't. Right, so it's been a rough couple of weeks, man. And, it's one of these things where, I don't know, man. Sometimes you just gotta, you've gotta be there and you gotta feel it. Hey, and I just wasn't it. And I feel like I had hit a threshold. And, I was starting to feel like I am not doing as good of a job as you deserve. You know? And so instead of like phoning it in, I was like, all right, I've got to regroup. You know, I gotta take a step back. I gotta regroup because you guys deserve nothing but the best. And during that level of introspection, right, man, it came to me. I was like, I put out a prediction video about the election. I'm not going to go into it here, but if you want to check it out, you can check it out in the channel, right? And understand that when I made that, it was like a dream that came to me, and it was like, oh man, there's none of my personal opinion in there. It just is what it is, and I think I did a fairly good job of trying to explain that, but because that's touchy, right? All right, Chelsea can't hear. Oh man. Before I go any further, let me ask everybody: can you hear me okay? Because we got kind of a different little bit of a setup going on right now. And I want to make sure that you can hear me through the mic that we've got. All right.
They can't hear you. They can't hear you?
No, they can. Okay.
Oh, you gotta talk like Roseanne.
Yeah, I know. I got to talk like you, big mouth.
Yep.
Like a megaphone.
Bingo!
Right?
See?
Everyone
They heard
can hear
that.
me fine. All right, cool.
I'll be back.
Right. Well, Nancy, I told you, man, me and Wizzle, we'd be able to hang out. You know what I mean? We'd be cool. We'd be cool in the gang. Without a doubt. So, the whole thing was that I realized that, I've got folks that are close to me that I trust implicitly, that have their own gifts and abilities, and one of them was like, hey, Just, you're not discerning the way you should be. That hit, stung a little. Why? Because truth stings, man. Truth stings. And we need that in our life, because, again, it's there to help us get to that next level, right? It's so important for us to, hey, Kathy, it's so important for us to be able to be open and honest with those around us without fear of reprisal, right? Because sometimes we get into these funks and we don't even realize it. And so that's what I call bad situation. A bad situation's like a funk that you might get into and you don't even realize it. So it's important to stay open always to feedback. This isn't just for like psychics, this is just good advice in general, I think. So what are some funks that we could get into? Let's think about that. You guys let me know. What are some funks that you guys could get into? This is more interactive. Let's take advantage of that chat that we have, right? You don't want to just sit here and listen to some talking head, especially my ugly mug, right? Let's have some back and forth, right? So when you guys ever get into a funk, depression, right? Talking to the snake. Talking to that dark one, right? Letting them get around, get in your head. Doing nasty little whispers, you're not good enough. Lying to you all the time, Depression, mental health issues, right? So all sorts of different things. What about loneliness? They call them the demons. That's exactly right. And that's exactly what they are, Chelsea. That's exactly what they are. Exhausted mentally and physically at the moment. Yeah, definitely. Because here's the thing, when we don't take time to fill our spirit up, to fill our soul up with good things, that heaviness that weighs on us, that unspoken, weight that we carry around on our shoulders, man, it wears us down. Induces stress, cortisol levels go up, weight gain, oh God, you know? I mean, look, hey, look, you know, I've been dealing with it too. You know, I'm no small fella by any stretch anyway. And so, you know, last thing I need is more time, you know, more weight. You know, hard time, right? Self-deprecating behavior, yeah, man. You know, and it all stems from this cloud of darkness, man, that just kind of knows how to linger around us and play with our minds so that we don't want to talk about it with anybody because we're afraid that, you know, people are going to think we're crazy, or, you know, we don't want to show any weakness, right? Our culture does not value weakness at all. And so we try to hide these things even from those that we hold closest to us. Right? And so, you know, we suffer loneliness. How many times do you guys see people come on asking if so-and-so is going to call or so-and-so is going to text? Right? And the fire's been getting you in a funk. That's a whole thing, man. Yeah, the fire's in and of itself. And what's crazy is that it's all stemming from something that's supposed to be a joyous occasion. You know, the memes on that have just been outrageous, man. You know, it's a boy. You know, come on. But yeah, no, I mean, all of this stuff. Lethargy, what a great word. What a great word, right? No spark, no motivation to speak of. And that's okay. That's okay. You know? Thank you for throwing that out there, John. Definitely appreciate it, because, you know, here's the thing, especially as men, something we really don't talk about, right? Like lethargy and just feeling that blasé feeling is so, it's not something that we ever really want to talk about, right? What about betrayal, man? You guys, anybody ever been betrayed by someone close to them and in their inner circle? That sucks. That's a shitty feeling, man. Infidelity, yes. Yeah, betrayal. Yeah, I would classify that definitely under betrayal. Also heartbreak. And so, like, all of these things lead to a greater sense of depression, right? And these are things that we don't talk about. Financial difficulty. I mean, you know, I ain't no millionaire, you know. I often say, hey, you know how people say that, you know, money doesn't solve everything? There are times I'm like, hey, listen, you know, if I had enough money, it would literally solve every problem I've got. But then I stop and I think, when you really stop and do the introspection, nah. Money helps. Money is a tool, but it definitely wouldn't solve.
No money, no problems.
That's what they say, but I wouldn't know. More money, more problems? I think I'd love to find out, but, you know, but then again, probably not, because probably not even aware of what those problems are. But anyway, gonna move on, right? So, relationship problems. One that we haven't talked about yet, health problems, right? What about health problems? You know, people that are, you know, if people say, well, at least you've got your health. Yeah, but what if you don't have your health? What then? Can we live our best life when we have medical problems that are outside of our control? Meaning, you know, a disease, or you're waiting on something else in order to get better. Dumb.
Screen. The screen.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Golly. So, I love the back and forth. So let's see what else we got. Disappointment when the mask comes off from people. Oh, from people who appear different. And Tracy, you're not talking about physically, right? Like they look good here with the eyes like all sexy, and then take the mask off and it's like, you know, that's not what you're talking about, right? You're talking more about. Patricia popped out. Yeah. Yeah, and you know the crazy thing about all that, man, is that it's been going on for years, and it's just now being brought to the forefront and the light of day. And thank God, with that, you know, we should be able to. We have a better grasp on trying to battle that. Let's see. Welcome, Denise. All right. Yeah, so Tracy, yeah, I know you're talking more about like in the social sense, like people put a mask on and act one way, and then you know they eventually end up showing their ass. I got you, right?
Those are called Karens.
Well,
Or leprechauns.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that tonight.
That's another show.
All right, so yeah, that's the you and Tracy deal. Something to watch. If you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. Something to watch. Little plug for you.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Yeah, I saw that too. The TikTok thing. Terrible things are out there, man. Bad things, and these bad things. The eyes are the windows to the soul. You guys have all heard that before, right? And the thing is, they're not just the windows to the soul, they're also how your soul feeds, right? And so your eyes are what feeds your soul. So if you're watching nothing but negativity and sadness, forget it happening to you. If you're seeing it, it's all being fed into you, into your spirit person. And that is not the way. It only exacerbates everything else going on. Right? So how do we rise up? How do we rise up against that? Right?
Rise up.
The chorus. Right? And so all of these issues are known. All of them. All of them are known. And they all have the same challenge associated with it. And that's, like I said, you got to rise up over it. Right? You got to rise up in who you are. You've got to rise up in your strength. But most of all, you've got to rise up in your faith. Whatever that faith is. Faith in a higher power. Faith in yourself. Because through all of these things, it is possible for our body to break down over time when we don't deal with things. And Lord knows, I'm going to tell you a story here in a minute. You start to feel it. Some of you said, you feel lethargic and you just, sore, whatever the case is. Your body breaks down because we're carrying this heavy weight, this invisible weight, this yoke around our neck. And although our body will break down, it's important to remember that it's possible for our mind and our spirit to grow stronger every day, from day one until our final day. And then even after that, we'll continue to grow and get stronger. And so, it's important to remember that when we're feeling down, sometimes what we need to do is kind of switch our perspective. And a lot of times that means, maybe getting off of social media or not watching as much news if you're a news junkie. Go out of your way to look up positive things. The other thing is one of the key tenets that I talk about when mentoring other psychics is that you have to have, and really it's true for anyone, the key to living your best life is introspection. What does that mean, right? Introspection. It means taking time and looking into yourself and extracting the things that are going to make you better through the hard things, through the bad situations that we go through. And so that's when we have to ask ourselves, what can I extract from this to be a better me? And if you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. No. If you don't know, if you can't answer that question, right? What can I extract from this situation to be a better me? Well, next thing that I would ask is, what's hurting? What is hurting you? What's the emotion associated with it? This requires a level of being able to step outside of yourself. Because so many times when we're in that spot, when we're in that spot of pain, it's so easy for us to be comfortable sitting there. And you may not even necessarily be the poor me type, but you just might be comfortable in your pain. You may have been dealing with the pain for so long that you don't know any other way to be. What's up, Lily? And if that's the case, I truly, truly implore you to really do some introspection. Figure out when it started. We all had somewhere that we wanted to be when we were younger. And we may not have gotten there. Some of us may have, and maybe it's not what it was all cracked up to be. But life is in a constant state of flux. And so, how do we make it the best now? How do you rise up to make it the best now? It's a hard question. I like that old saying, memories buried alive never die, hence the need to dig deep to the root of the problem, right? And you know, therein lies the problem, because so many people just don't want to do that. You know, they look for the quick fix, the Band-Aid. Because in order to do that, it means being vulnerable. And the hardest part to be is vulnerable to yourself. And trust me, I know. You know, look, here's the thing. You know, when I say to rise up, it means different things to different people. But it means that you have to ultimately overcome that which has held you back for so long. But in order to do that, you have to know what's holding you back. And therein lies the rub. Because you may know and be able to explain what's holding you back, but you've never spoken it out loud to a single person. And so it's just this thing that you carry around with you for 25 years, 30 years. don't even know where it came from, what started it. Piece of advice. Just confess it to someone. Get it out. Because odds are when you get it out, it's going to seem so ridiculous. So I'm going to tell you a little personal story, because one thing that I know about me is that even though I've been doing this for 2 years, 3 years now, online, whatever, however long it's been. Online, yeah. Well, a lot of people, a lot of you folks have been watching me for a while. I don't really talk about myself much. I wrote a book, and outside of that, I don't go into it. But when I was younger, I was in kindergarten, I remember being in the lunchroom and principal called me up, and the whole collective lunchroom goes ooh, and you're like, man, what's going on? And it was a social worker came and pulled me out of school. Didn't know why. I found out later at the time that my mom had a drug problem. I got taken away. Luckily, I went to live with my aunt. But that put a deep-seated kind of anxiety in me all throughout school. And it's something I never really spoke about, I mean, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? I don't cry, You pick up, you deal, and you move on. But here's the thing. That one situation, as I think about it, needed to happen for me. Because that is the cornerstone of my faith. That one bad negative situation. And understand, before kindergarten, I had never been to Sunday school or anything like that. It was a divine gift, just like, it was like a whisper. I don't know how to explain it. That's, hey, pray. The second reason is that, I never knew my father. When I asked my mother about it, she, basically told me, yeah, I'm not telling you nothing. Long and short of it. Okay, whatever. Well, therein lies a trust issue, right? Because it's a deep-seated issue with me that pops up in weird, odd ways. So, for example, like, just doing this. I feel like, many times one of the demons I have to wrestle is just doing this for you guys. And Roseanne has helped me so much with this. Just trying to make me see it in a different light. And it's nothing against you, it's that one instant of, hey, who's my father? I'll tell you when you're 10. I turn 10. Who's my father? I'll tell you when you're 11. I turn 11. Who's my father? I'll tell you when you're 12. I turn 12. Who's my father? I'll tell you when you're 13. Anyone who's ever had a 13-year-old boy or been a 13-year-old boy, you know this mentality. This is when the testosterone's starting to kick up a little bit, right? And you're like, hold on. All right, you know what? In my mind, again, everything I had been through, I'm like, this is the last time. This time, without her knowing it. Can you hit the screen for me? This time, without her knowing it, I said, this is the deciding factor on the relationship with my mother. And I said, 13 rolls around, and this time it wasn't, I'll tell you when you're 14. She must have sensed a level of aggression or something, I don't know. But she was like, I don't know who it was. That's it. Stop asking me. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. From there on out, you know, for me personally, it was one of these things of, okay, cool. So you don't want to tell me. Like, I don't have a right to know. All right. All right. I get that. That's fine. Fine. But what happened was that incident has bled over into all sorts of stuff. For example, with this, right? One of the demons that I battle is, why? Like, I see other psychics get on and they're not really doing anything or saying anything important. And it just, you can tell by the energy of a person. You can tell by the energy of the person that it's pure ego driving them. And you guys know that I'm not disparaging. I'm not disparaging towards other people in the field. I don't call people out.
I do.
I know you do. But I don't. That's not my thing. But when you look and you focus on the energy and you just see, my God, what a narcissistic piece of trash this person is, right? So my thing is, like, I don't want to be viewed that way. And so it's like, well, who am I? I need to make sure that I have something to say, that I'm going to be providing you some sort of value. But then that demon kicks in. Like, why would they want to listen to you? I mean, hell, your mother don't even want to tell you who your father is. You're nobody. You're nobody. You're nothing. We've all got that one demon that whispers to us like that. You know what I'm saying? We have to identify that and figure out how to overcome it. It's incredibly hard for me sitting here just telling you this story, and I'm hoping, praying, that it does some good, because I really feel like I'm rambling right now.
No, you're not.
I'm not?
No.
Okay.
And I know how hard this is for you.
It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Incredibly difficult right now. But again, it's growth. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to take this situation that we are in, this lockdown, quarantines, just negativity everywhere, man. Everyone hates everyone else. Yeah, she's still alive. I don't talk to her.
Why don't you tell him what she really said to you when you were 13?
Again, I'm not going to use anything disparaging. No need. No need. The
No.
essence of the story
I
is
know.
the same.
But
right?
true.
So-
True.
So there's
But
no need to...
that verbal voice you always have in your head about not feeling like you're good enough, that has been the battle I've had to undo for years for you, because why not you?
Yeah, so that's the whole thing, right? It's one of the big things that I had was, okay, yeah, clearly I can do this thing. Clearly I can connect people with their loved ones and who have crossed over, right? Okay, it's a thing that I can do. Cool. But why me? Like, I don't understand that. And Roseanne just came back with something so simple that I would have never thought of, because I overthink everything. Everything. I'm about to share another little story with you real quick on how much I overthink stuff. God, this is difficult. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
This is like the diary of Justin. Nobody
This is
ever
a lot.
gets.
This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Jesus Christ. But again, I'm
Walking
making
through
that
the fire.
commitment to walk
Walking
through the
through
fire,
fire.
right? So
You're okay.
I don't even remember where I was at now. Damn it.
Why not you?
Oh yeah, why not me? So Roseanne hits me with, why not you? Yeah, I'm like, why me? That don't make no sense. This doesn't make any sense. Who the hell am I? Again, right? Because I'm not good enough to even know where I
See,
come from. But
you
here's
don't
the
wanna
thing. I got it. Stop. I got it. I know where I was going now. Thank you. Roseanne says to me, why not you? And one of the things that she always asked me was that she's like, I've met so many guys who like knew, like maybe it was better that you didn't know your father, right? Because she's met so many guys who just got fucked up in the head because they meet their dad and their dad spends like a week with them and then they split. Like I could see how that would be a real major mind fuck, for a kid. Like what did I do? What did I do? Like a kid can understand parents not getting along, but like you bailed on me too, like damn.
Come in for a minute.
That's just for a minute, boom, and then be out. And I said, and that's true because I have no interest in who this dude is or anything, and I'll tell you why. Because a long time ago on my 13th birthday, I remember crying my eyes out about this. Just the way she came at me. And I'm not going to repeat the exact words she said. I don't even know if I wrote it in my book. I probably didn't, because I'm not like that. But I just remember crying my eyes out, and I heard a voice. Not outside of me, and it wasn't a big booming voice. It was just a soft whisper. A loving, soft whisper in here. And it was the same voice that said to me when I was living with my aunt, just talk to me. Is God. I mean, it's the only thing. It's the only thing that it could have been. And this is a kid who had never gone to church or anything like that before that initial thing. But it said, you don't know who your father is, but in the physical, but you know who your heavenly Father is. I'm fine. I stopped crying immediately. And so that's how I dealt with that. And it's like, I don't need to know who my Father is because I know who my heavenly Father is. And that's where we all need to get to. Because once you understand that, every other relationship gets easy. You have technicalities, of course.
And setbacks. Not every
Setbacks, technicalities, but you understand that we're all unified in spirit. And that's why I'm able to do what I do. That's the gift, the spiritual gift that was given to me. And I'm not saying this braggadociously because we all have gifts of the Spirit. But I'm just kind of hoping to kind of clear up, some more about me. In case anybody was wondering. But, and hopefully...
why. Those are the reasons, because you rely on...
I relied on when I had a question about something. I went to my Heavenly Father with that question.
And your instincts grew quicker. Your intuition grew stronger and stronger and stronger. Every day of your life.
Yep.
What kept you alive. And that is why you do tragic readings.
And that's why I do tragic readings. One of the reasons.
One of the reasons. I mean, there's many layers.
Many layers. I'm
You're
like an onion. Yeah, the deeper you go, the more it stinks.
No, it's sad. It makes you cry.
No, it's real,
Perfect metaphor.
Right. Yeah, it makes you cry.
But
So-
you know, I'm going to say something to you. It doesn't stink because your life.
It's a joke.
I know,
It's a
but
joke.
I get it. But
So-
you know,
Okay, Karen.
I'm
keep it up, and I'm going to shave your head bald. Curly.
so that's kind of like one story of like how I just want to show you guys that even though we're all going through our own thing, man, we're all going through it together. You know. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we're all going to end up on the other side. And we'll be recanting with each other the different things we went through, saying, oh my God, could you believe this? Can you believe we had to go through this? And, you know, it's one of those things, and I know that that's the fact. Because I've done so many readings for folks right on here that I would have no idea of who, what, where, why, how.
And all the thousands that you did
Before that.
before Facebook ever became a thing.
Yeah, so.
Whew.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. So,
I was a big
What-
amen.
what I'm saying,
I was a big amen.
Amen.
Oh, God.
what I'm saying though, is, Christy, no. CP's a physical malady, man. It's not a malady of the spirit. And guess what? Even when people have a malady of the spirit, they've got a fix for that too.
Oh, no, Kristen, no.
Yeah, no, that's a
No.
physical thing. It's a physical thing. And so, what I'm trying to say is that even though we're all going through our own discomfort in life, embrace that.
Just a moment.
It's just a moment. Embrace it knowing who your Heavenly Father is. Accept Him into your heart. I personally have accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And I know that sounds wacky, so that brings me to another thing that I had to confess to Roseanne just yesterday. And it's going to sound so crazy to you, I'm sure. Because I asked her, I said, I have this hurdle that I have never, ever, it's a mental stronghold that I've had since before 13. And it's incredibly difficult for me to talk about. Incredibly difficult. I don't even know. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do
You're
it.
gonna do it.
And so, I've been kind of tuned out, man, from my wife. And we had to have a talk. We had to have a talk about that. Because that's not me. We've been together forever. And, you know, I always considered myself, the way that I looked at myself is that, hey, I'm a stand-up guy. I'm the best husband and father that I can be from what I know of the world. And that's to be loyal. And to everything that I do is not for me, but for my family. And so, the way I always saw it was, I don't have eyes for any other woman. I go to work, I come home. My schedule is to the clock. I mean, you know.
Especially now. That you're
Well, especially now that I'm home, but you know what I mean, right? So, I never thought that there'd be any kind of beef, but, you know, emotionally, and I guess I have checked out and not communicated in the way. But again, like one of My partner said, "Hey, Just, you're not discerning." So right. That was a painful blow that I had to accept. And totally correct. But the lack of communication is where the problem was, right? And so, and it had nothing to do with being angry or resentful towards her at all. It was being the overthinker that I am. I got wrapped up in my own shit. And yes, I know I'm cursing, but it's the only way to explain it, you know? Sometimes it's the only adjective that will explain that. And I remember the words of Paul saying, "Confess your sins one to another, and you shall be free." I say that to Roseanne, and she's like, "What did you do? Were you talking to another woman?" What? No.
Which I knew you weren't.
Yeah, I know. But
Trying
she's
to
like,
poke your buttons.
yeah, you trying to push my buttons. I'm like, what? Like, no. Oh my God. How? Like, I can't even fathom that. Like, that's nuts. No, but the thing was that, again, when it even comes down to doing this is one of those mental strongholds I've got to get over. I would have to fight and it was actually every time that I had to do anything regarding my gift. It was battling this fear, this deep-seated fear that I'm doing the wrong thing, spiritually speaking. That I'm doing a disservice to everyone rather than a service. And that disservice was going to land me in the hot spot, if you know what I mean. It's like I'm going to go to hell. Understand, every single reading, thousands of readings, I've battled this off. And I'm always able to defeat it because it doesn't, as I say it out loud, it sounds insane. But that's the trick of the Dark One, right? Because he's going to plant these seeds in your mind that sounds so insane, yet so logical. When you say them out loud, they're clearly nuts, right? But that's the thing, but in your mind it sounds, you don't want to sound crazy. And so you keep it to yourself. It's one of these deep-seated things, and we've all got them. They're just in different things, but you got to understand this was something that I've battled no matter how many good readings that I've done, where it's clear. Great readings. Where they come on, with their parents, their fathers, right on top of me. The one that comes to mind most recently is Denise's father. He turned and he flirted with my wife. He's just a
Whistle.
Whizzle, right? Clearly, how am I going to get the name Whizzle, of all things, right?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
You couldn't even get
And I know that they're coming through from the light because I can feel that, and I don't open myself up to anything dark, but it's still this whisper in the back of my mind that I battle. And Roseanne, again, with her gifts and her abilities of being the mouthpiece for them, for me, being the psychic's psychic. She just said to me one simple phrase, without thinking, without missing a beat. She goes, "Damn, Jess, you're fearing the wrong things." And just like that, bam! Block lifted. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because immediately what came to me is like, you're fearing the wrong things. Well, thank you. Thank you, Dee Dee. So, yeah. Fearing the wrong things. And the train of thought, because I just said, oh, damn, yeah, I am. Right? And you're fearing the wrong things, meaning that my train of thought went, I'm afraid of like going to hell, but
Like, you can die tomorrow.
hang on. No. That had nothing to do with the train of thought. The train of thought went, you're fearing the wrong things. Okay, so I'm afraid of going to hell because I'm afraid I'm not doing God's work. But what I'm doing is I'm putting more power in the fear of the dark one than the healthy fear and reverence of God. Because it says in the Bible that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Got it. Just like that. I was like, I'm putting too much fear. And when I say fear of God, it doesn't mean fear. It's translated wrong. It means a healthy reverence for and understanding. Like a respect. And by putting that much power into the fear of that darkness, even though I'd battle and do what I gotta do, I battle through it, that's still giving it too much power. If that makes any sense. I really don't know if I'm making sense today. But,
You are. I'm getting messages.
okay, so. But yeah, man, so I implore you, if you're battling anything that you haven't spoken about,
And I encourage you to speak.
encourage it. Speak it, man. Speak it out.
Why?
Because here's why.
Why? Because when you hold it in,
Yeah, it eats away at you, right? And that's where the power lies. That's where the dark one's power lies, because that is exactly why Paul said, St. Paul, the apostle, said, confess your sins one to another, and you shall be free. And by sins, what he means is not necessarily, oh, well, hey, I stole a chicken foot the other day, or, I don't know, just whatever. That too, okay, shouldn't be doing that, clearly. But by sins, it means the things that are holding you back. The things that aren't meant for you to be carrying, the burdens. All right? To let that go. Because the Dark One is a master manipulator and a strategist. And that is part of the strategy, is to plant these seeds in our minds and let them take root and make you embarrassed about it so that you don't talk about it, and it will be forever a stumbling block as long as you don't speak it. Because guess what? When you do speak it, you're like, wait a minute, that just sounds nuts. It's the most ridiculous thing, right? It's like, holy shit, what have I been doing? Do it, guys. I implore you. Find someone you love, someone you trust implicitly, and let it go. Text me.
and don't be afraid.
No, that's the battle, though, right? That's the battle's getting over that hump. And so what's the message tonight? I wanted to come in tonight with a very clear-cut message. Because, again, introspection, I realize that there are times I come on and it's just a shit show. Even if somebody comes through, sometimes people aren't able to do it. I want to be, anytime that I'm making this vow, that I want to make sure that when I come on, that I'm giving you something that's going to feed your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And if I fall short on that, this is my commitment to you. If I fall short on that, I want you guys to let me know. Give me that feedback. so that I can improve and get you what you need to get over the hurdles that are in your life. Okay. And so with that, let me ask you, what then is the message? Because like in the beginning when I said I ended up babbling on. But tell me, what's the message in that? What do you take away from it? I want to ensure that there's some sort of understanding and that, that you guys are taking something away from it other than listening to me ramble for I don't even know how long.
Doesn't matter. People have to get to know you.
Yeah, I guess so. Type it out. Let's see. Let's see if there's a takeaway. What's the takeaway? What do you guys take away from this? Help me so that I can get better. Definitely not, Maria. Definitely not.
Oh. See?
It's good, Rach. Yep. Yeah, Kim. Yeah, definitely. Look, I mean, of course. I mean, I'll do what I can. I mean, I'm no miracle worker or anything, but I will absolutely do anything that I can. Right. And Denise saying that I'm the best, whatever, and that I just want to give love to everyone. Can I tell you something? I was telling, it was Tracy's daughter, this whole TikTok thing this week really, really is disturbing, right? And one of the things that I told her is that, you always gotta find something to kind of help pull you through. And if you told me when I was 16 that I'd be doing this, I would have never in a million years thought of doing anything like this. And it just goes to show you the strange ways that God works, right? Because you know what got me through being 16 and angry? A sense of vengeance. I wanted to get vengeance on everybody. So it's just ironic now that it's like, it's not that. It's the exact opposite of that. I want to help people get through those difficult times and there's only one way to do it, and that's through love, and working together, because our whole world is built on this Alexander the Great philosophy of divide and conquer. The haves versus the have-nots, skin color, sexual orientation, all these things that don't matter, because at the end of the day, when you die and you release from this meat shell that we call a human body, guess what? We're all energy. It's all the same thing, and none of it matters. Everything that they divide us on, none of it matters. It's true.
I was in a wreck for a while, started getting really short with my partner, and it all came out last night, and we talked about it. Still not 100%, but definitely feel better about the whole situation.
Well, that's good, Kylie, man. Always, always, always work on it. Always work on it.
She says saying our demons out loud really does help.
It does, man. It does. Because but in order for it to, I don't hear beach hell. All right. So, I got one better than that. You know, that we're a brain inside of a skull, inside of a body, which means that I saw this on the internet, that we're a brain wearing a bone exoskeleton with meat armor. I was like,
Ew.
ew.
I was gonna say skin suit.
Yeah, that too. You know, so, but yeah, I mean, essentially,
Meat shell isn't good, especially for those like cannibalistic.
yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
I you know, I just said
Jeffrey Dahmer approves.
it. Ew.
Ew.
You know,
That's another show.
that's their show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tracy Ellis.
Right. So, all right. Well, I hope this is difficult for me, guys. It was really, really, really
Did you see
difficult.
what Marlena said?
I did not.
Stay
Things-
positive, let God take care of it.
Mhm.
Take God's hands, give it to Him. Let the light fill in the darkness and take some of the weight off of your back, and fill your heart with love and light.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah.
And while I'm at it, the whole love and light thing, right? Guys, you know why I don't say that? Do you know why I don't say that? Again, remember how earlier I was telling you ego? And it's just, it's empty words, man. You know? It's, you guys know when it's empty. When it's used everywhere. Come on, tell me I'm not the only one that feels that's empty when people say it, or namaste. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
I agree.
You could feel when someone truly means what they're saying, even in text. Okay, and
Yo, that's true.
it's true. It's same thing, and it's not even just the love and light, namaste, but also thoughts and prayers. Come on, man. We
Tots
could
and
do
pears.
better than that. We could do better than that. You know?
Would you say tots and pears?
Tots and pears.
Right, yeah. It's like in the tots and pears. Right?
Well,
And so it's like, no, you're absolutely right about love and light. But the reason I never say it is because too many people use it in an empty fashion.
it
And
insists on itself.
it insists upon itself, just like The Godfather. I said what I said.
Although I did watch it.
And it's long. It's obnoxiously long.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
had to.
I mean,
freaking,
what
like,
what's it got?
Wikipedia
What's it
most
got?
of
A
the-
couple of good lines in it, you know. Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Yeah, I like the scene with the head and
The horse
in
head.
Because it's brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what we
Oh,
tried
oh,
to
you
do.
like the horse so much? Okay.
Okay,
Okay, you
no,
don't want to
we
give
can
our
do it.
buddy a shot at the movie? Yeah, because his, you know, his
That's
guinea
what you do,
charm
what
and his
you
olive
do.
oil voice. You
That's
know.
what you do. I don't. I stay over here because I'm the person who cuts the head off the horse and puts it in somebody's bed.
Ooh, Denise, good question. Is there a psychic medium that I have admired in the past for their honesty? Dude, the only one that I could think of is John Edward. Only one. Only one that I could be like, yeah, that's legit. Now look, James Van Praagh, he's legit, but I just don't like his style because he, like, when he gets something and it's just the delivery, I can tell, like, I can feel that he got it, right? But then he kind of opens the door for skeptics by saying, is your father on the other side? Damn it, don't ask, tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's really, you know, and dude, I haven't watched any other psychic mediums in years. I make a habit not to.
What about the, Long Island medium, who of course is from the same area? But see, I call her a training wheels medium.
Yeah. You know, here's the thing, man. You know, there are lots, and I'm not disparaging any psychics or mediums out there because there's a lot of us and there's a reason for that.
Right, and they
Um,
all
it-
have specials.
That we all have specialties, and we all talk to, like, our messages resonate with different types of people, right? So there are lots of people that I do not resonate with, okay? But then there are the people that I do. And so you've got some psychics out there and psych mediums or whatever that will... Sunshine and lollipops. You hear Roseanne use that a lot.
Yeah.
Chip Coffee. Yeah. He's cool. He worked with the kids, right? Yeah.
I like
That was a cool show.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
cool. But that dude
was
Ryan
different.
that he worked with, he was a fraud. But he wasn't as medium. But you know who I loved?
Who?
Who died recently
Who?
from Most Haunted.
Oh, Derek Okora?
I loved Derek.
Yeah,
Okora.
Derek Okora was
And
funny,
I also
man.
like the other chap that he worked with.
He was more legit than Derek Okora. Derek Okora kind of got busted
the
a
other
lot.
guy's name?
I can't remember.
Oh my god.
Derek Okora got busted a lot for being
I
fake.
know, but his dramatics were
But
so
he was funny.
Mucho amore. He was like that. He
Yeah.
was like,
Right.
yeah, I loved
so-
it. And I almost, like, Dominic broke that news that he died. And I was like, what?
Was Sylvia Brown legit? Yeah, but you know what happened there? Sylvia Brown
Montel.
was legit. Montel happened, and she started getting Montel money. And when you start introducing that kind of dough, ego starts stepping in. It becomes exponentially harder to do what we do when you've got a gigantic ego in the way, and big cash floating around. You know what I mean? So. It is what it is, but
Yeah, but if you think about the old time,
yeah, the one in the UK, Chelsea, yeah, the old school stuff, yeah.
Edgar Casey was real.
Edgar Casey,
Nostradamus,
absolutely real.
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus, yeah, clearly. Good stuff. Yeah, and like Sylvia Brown got a lot of the missing kids wrong. She clearly played the numbers, man. Like, especially, I guess, towards the end, you know what I mean? She was playing the numbers. If someone goes missing, odds of them turning up dead.
No, one kid
Pretty
was
high.
kidnapped and he was still alive.
Yeah.
She told the family he was dead.
Yeah, I know.
She also charged $600.
$800. It was $800 an hour.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Yeah. And she was going to charge that family who she said the kid was dead, but he was actually
But again-
abducted by a pedo in Missouri.
Yeah, but again, you see, that's
Yeah, I
kind of
know.
the disconnect. So,
But,
yeah,
but they do different things. James Van Prague, his abilities were meant to write television shows.
Yeah.
To introduce
the concept.
The concept of, Ghost Whisperer, which was an excellent show.
And it's the same thing with, like, Long Island Medium, right? So there's never really anything super duper deep. Like, the couple of times that I've seen it, it's like, okay, you're not really saying anything super deep here. So that, not that I know of, like, I don't know, but I can only go by my observation. So those are what we call training wheels mediums. That's our term. It's not a technical term. It's
just
just
get people's
they're out
feet
there
wet.
to kind of get people's feet wet in a non-threatening way. Whereas that, I am not. I get the suicides. I get
The girl that was cut in half from the car.
Yeah, unfortunately, I
Yes.
get those types of things. The girl cut
Murders.
You bring
murders.
that one
and-
up every time.
It
Because
was grotesque. It was
Yeah,
grotesque.
well, I know. It's like,
The
So,
murders and the suicides.
Yeah.
And you
And
get the
like
drug
me,
overdoses
where
and-
if I'm getting something, I'm like, hang on, I want more. Give me something that only they're gonna know. And so many are just like, oh, my, and that's one of
it.
the. That's
Kieran
one.
O'Keefe. That's him. That's it. I knew he was
Kieran
like
O'Keefe,
Irish.
yeah.
I loved him. I
Yeah,
loved
he was
him
good
too.
too.
He's good.
He was
yeah.
real soft spoken.
Yeah,
He's like
good.
kind of his style's kind of delivery style's kind of like mine, just like blah, blah, blah. Yeah, speak up, croak voice.
Yeah.
But I need her. I need her in my life. So.
Well, you got to be somewhere in the middle between a Derek Gore and a Walter Mercado.
Mucho, mucho, mucho amore. Walter Mercado actually. I watched 15 minutes of the Walter Mercado documentary on
Yeah, I
Netflix,
was watching it.
and believe it or not, guys, I learned something.
One, he's absolutely 100%.
100% legit.
Yeah.
A legit astrologer. I mean, old school, like doing the paperwork. Like, people don't understand. People say they're astrologers, like, no, you're not. Okay, because that involves charting of planets and moons, and, dude, it's involved. It takes a lifetime to master that.
He had
I'm
a
not
gift.
that. He had a
He
gift
had a
for it.
Holy Spirit gift.
So, here's the thing. He said,
he breathed.
he's
into
like,
the
look,
bird.
I had these robes and rings and everything. He was like, this is ridiculous. I look ridiculous in this. But if it's what people need to get their attention so that they're ready to hear the message, then that's why I wear it. I was like,
But they were Versace
oh,
robes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you know, I'd wear some knockout robes like that from Versace and be all gaudy and whatnot. But I'd be like this on the
That's
on
what you
camera.
need to go out for Halloween.
Walter Mercado?
Yeah.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a whole live dressed as Walter Mercado. We'll get like a crystal ball, the whole setup. So, anyway,
He is amazing.
you know, but yeah, that's, so I was like, okay, alright, so maybe I need to start incorporating little theater into this for the folks who
Somebody
aren't
goes,
around.
yeah, do it. Marlena goes, yeah, do it.
Mucho, mucho, mucho amore.
Woo-hoo-hoo, you already got it down.
Yeah. So, why does that keep happening? There we go.
She goes, no way, I love the signature black look.
It's my uniform. I'll wear a
Said
mage's
Johnny
robe.
Cash, like, that's my look. I'm always in black. Like
Yeah.
Johnny Cash.
You're
Yeah.
in gray right now.
So,
Oh.
anyway. Anyway, so that's it. I hope I made some sense to folks. I hope you got something from it.
Tonight was church.
Church. Get your purple drink. Right? But that's where that came from. So, you know.
Or you called it quarter waters.
Yeah, quarter waters. Alright, am I the only one who knows what a quarter water is? The little barrels, except some of them weren't barrels. They were just square
I
little
remember.
plastic, and it was like chemical. It's
Yeah.
just, it was like 2% water, rest was like chemical and food dyes. They were 25 cents at the bodega or the deli or whatever. Please tell me I'm not. It was the quarter waters. And A treats.
A treats, yeah.
50-cent 24-ounce soda.
It's a good deal.
But you wish you had an A treat you could have afterwards with your Jamaican beef patty.
I know, man. I'm about to go make me a Jamaican beef patty that I got from the dollar store.
Dollar treat. Because we keeps it real around here.
Hey, man.
Dollar Tree
good.
is a bomb, though.
Dollar Tree is good, man. It's the only place I could get a Jamaican beef patty, and they're made in the Bronx. So, you know, it's authentic. It's good.
Maybe you can get them as a sponsor.
Today's video is
We
sponsored
really need
by
that
Jamaican beef
Peloton
patties.
as a sponsor.
Dude, yeah, just, you know, give me one of them Peloton, not the Peloton, or the tonal. The tonal ones, man. Did you see the one with Mike Tyson using the tonal? And it's like, rah, rah, rah. The flat one that's up
Yeah.
on the machine.
Make it happen. Put it out into the zeitgeist.
Putting it out into the zeitgeist, yeah.
Yeah.
So I go
sponsorship?
from to be all swole up.
Yeah.
I've got somebody coming through. Yeah, so
Marie. Oh, Mario could be a sponsor.
yeah.
Oy
Oh
vey.
man. We know, Tracy, the Dollar Tree's your weakness. We know that already. So, all right, yeah, I'm gonna call it good. I think I went a little more than an hour. So,
You did great.
Hour 20.
thank
you
you.
did great.
Okay, remember from now on, people, for every minute you're going to have to pay $200. No,
No.
I'm just joking.
No,
I'm joking, obviously.
You always got to put your 2 cents in, don't you, Gelman?
yeah,
You're putting your 2 cents in the whole time.
That's because my name's on the show.
yeah. Now that I've got a
Okay,
stress
amending it.
headache, Like, oh my God, okay, it's over. All right, cut, it's over. Like, oh my God, get me out of here.
You've been so nervous about this.
Oh
This is
God,
very
yes.
raw for you.
It is, and I'm not comfortable talking about myself, and so it was. I hope you guys got something out of it. That'd be great. It'd be great. Sit up straight. Thank you, Dominic, and yeah.
And
it's
yeah,
kinda the end of the show.
and maybe the spirits didn't come through tonight, but this was something you had to do.
It was a hurdle I had to overcome.
We all have these tests that you have to go through. This is behind the scenes of the psychic medium. Real life. But it's like real life, you know, it's like psychic, what is it, Real Housewives of, yeah, it's real psychic mediums of Tulsa.
Yeah, I mean,
There's only one real
Marlena, that's a good
psychic
question.
medium in
Would I be
Tulsa.
able to tell you if he's alive or dead? I mean, here's that's one of those things I probably would be able to if I focused on it hard enough.
You could
But-
saw a picture.
Huh? Yeah. If you had a picture, that would definitely help. But honestly, man, Google be a better psychic than me in that kind of a situation.
Maybe she doesn't want to scratch that itch. She doesn't know.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is you can usually find out ancestry, public record, things like that, and you never have to. You could do that search
Maybe she
yourself.
don't want.
I understand. I gotcha. Okay.
She don't want to do that.
It's cool. That's something.
Tell her to just message you.
You just message me privately. We'll figure it out. All right. I'd have to really focus on that, Marlena. I'll get with me after. Shoot me a message and we'll chat. We'll give it a try.
You've got people you can go.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. All right. So, any other questions before I go?
Yes, I have a question.
Oh God, no.
First of all, how dare you?
All right, guys.
I love
well,
you.
Promise me, yes.
Right. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much
Mucho,
for
mucho,
tuning in
mucho
tonight.
Amore.
I'm not going to use his sign off. No, I've got to figure out my own sign off.
Yeah.
But,
Love and light.
Thoughts and prayers.
Oh. So you need the music from the Californians right there. No, when they always go.
Stuart, what are
No,
you
when
doing
they
here?
always go like that. Yeah.
In the mirror?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one, and we will see you soon. All right. Good night.